What Jimmy?
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad life. She fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Paranati, and I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. In case you guys didn't know, last year we were a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist for Best Data Analysis Tool, and we are currently the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university and professional level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade, we also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everyone here inside a True Trading Group. We take that university level curriculum, we pair it with 8 professional full-time trading mods that are with you each and every single day, calling out their trades, answering questions, providing real-time analysis and commentary from pre-market all the way through into the close. Now, of course, you also get access to our members, the most hands-down educated, most successful, helpful community of traders that you guys are ever going to find. And yes, you get all the real-time trade alerts and the moderators and myself that collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80% now, going on roughly the last 4 years. Now, if you're wondering why you should listen to anything it is that I have to say on this channel, it's because I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. All right, I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City with my first job right out of college, and they had me go through an educational training program before I touched $1 of the fund's money. They wouldn't let me, not until I went through this training program, not until I was trained by professionals on Wall Street. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, but it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now I fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 8 professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So folks, if you are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel where myself, other TTG mods, and special guests will drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and commentary that can help you guys all become better traders and help you guys all make money. So if you're new, welcome. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. We're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. Now, before we get started here tonight, I do want to take this time first to thank our partners at Benzinga. For those of you that do not know, Benzinga offers their own educational products and tools, yet they still fully endorse the True Trading Group platform for the massive added value that it provides for their members and community. We're very grateful to Benzinga for the chance to further educate their community and to offer the Benzinga Pro newsfeed as part of one of the additional options and tools that are available on the TC platform for those of you that want it. Welcome all of you that are here from Benzinga. Yes, you are all in the right place. We also sent out some cool little invitation over the weekend for some really great prizes. We're doing an exciting giveaway here today on this live stream where you guys have chances at some phenomenal giveaways. The way that the giveaway works is later on in this live stream, we're going to put everyone's name into a wheel of random name picker called the Wheel of Names. We're going to spin that wheel, and if your name is called, you're going to have 2 minutes to send a text message to a phone number that we put on the screen, and you're going to have to give me both code words. I'm going to give you 2 code words during this live stream. One of them is coming up here in just a moment. The second one is coming later on during this live stream. Okay, so you're going to need to know both of them if your name is called in order to win the prize. All right, the first code word for tonight's giveaway is PPI. PPI. That is the first code word for today's giveaway. PPI. All right. PPI is today's first code word. PPI. All right. That is the first code word for tonight. Write it down. You're going to need to know both. The second code word I will give you later on during this live stream. All right. So there you guys have it. Okay. So welcome, everybody. Welcome all of my TTG fam, and welcome all of our new faces. Okay, and all of our new viewers. This is going to be a big week. Okay, this is going to be a real big week because, in case you guys have not noticed, the market is a stone throw away from all-time highs. It's not just a stone throw away from all-time highs. It's honestly like a skip. It's like you skip a rock across a pond or a lake. That's how close we are to those all-time highs that were put in there back in March. And after a quick little pullback that we experienced in the middle of April, the markets have recovered very strongly back up to those all-time highs following 2 very specific catalysts. And those 2 catalysts were the Fed meeting, and that second other catalyst was the labor report. And the labor report is really what got this market going. The labor report is really what caused this big gap up in the markets a couple weeks ago, and the market hasn't looked back since. And the reason for that is because the labor report came in softer than what was anticipated. And the reason why you might be saying to yourself, well, Mike, why would the markets go up if the labor report came in softer than expected? And the answer is simply because the softer labor report makes the markets believe that we are, in fact, going to get multiple rate cuts this year. And although the labor numbers were weaker than expected, in and of it by themselves, they're not bad numbers. So yes, was the unemployment rate 3.9% when it was expected to be 3.8? Yes. But 3.9% unemployment is still a good number in and of by itself. It's just that it was a little bit higher than what was expected. But if you go look back over the last 20 years, the average unemployment rate over the last 20 years is around 5%. So you're still well below the running average for unemployment. 3.9% is not a bad or a weak number. It's just a softer number than what was anticipated. And the same thing goes for the jobless claims numbers that you got last week. Jobless claims were about 20 or 22,000 higher than what was initially expected. And you might say, oh, well, that's really bad. That's really bad. But the jobless claims number itself, the continuing jobless claims number by themselves were not bad numbers. They're not very high numbers. So that makes the markets believe that the labor market is not breaking. It's not cracking, that the labor market is just softening. And if that is the case, that is a positive against the upward pressure of inflation. And that would then make the markets believe that the Fed could then go ahead and start cutting rates multiple times here this year. Okay. So that's why a soft labor report actually made the markets move to the upside, and interest rates and yields started to come down while the markets went back up, as the market anticipates more rate cuts this year, and not just one, but probably two, is what the market started to price in. And you saw in the Fed futures market, you actually saw the probability of that rate cut starting in September. You saw that probability go up all the way up into the mid to high 70s, when previously, before that labor report, it was actually in the low to mid 60s. So you're actually seeing now the market's beginning to price in the possibility of additional rate cuts or multiple rate cuts this year, when in the middle of April, people started talking about, oh, maybe we don't even get a rate cut this year, or maybe we just get one. Now, what a difference a couple of weeks makes, what a difference a couple of data points make. And now the market starts to feel better about possibly getting 2 rate cuts this year or more. And that's why the market's moved higher. But now that takes me to why this week is going to be so damn important, because you have new inflation data this week. You have PPI data and you have CPI data. Now, in case you guys were not aware, in case you're not, followers of this YouTube channel, or maybe you've been off the last couple of months, you got not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive higher than expected inflation reports. January, February, March, all higher than expected inflation reports. If you get another higher than expected inflation report for the month of April, what is that going to do to the probability of those multiple rate cuts? Because that's why the market moved higher last week. Last week, we had the U.S. labor report, came in softer than expected. Markets felt pretty good that meant we're going to get multiple rate cuts this year. The markets moved higher for the next week. That's what happened. Markets gapped up on Friday after the U.S. labor report came out that Friday morning. And then we went higher Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the markets traded higher throughout the week based on that data. But what happens then now if the inflation number is higher than expected? What happens if the inflation actually accelerates versus the previous month? Because the markets didn't get in too much of a tizzy, because even though the numbers were higher than expected, on the year-over-year number, it wasn't necessarily accelerating up at the core level. The core level is the one that you want to pay the most attention to. The core level is the one that factors out food and energy prices. The core components are the ones that the Fed actually has control over. The core number is also the higher read on the inflation number, and that's been the more sticky, and that's been the bigger problem. So you want to focus on the core number. Now, going into that, it wasn't, or coming into this week's numbers, previously, it wasn't necessarily looking like inflation was actually accelerating. Inflation was either higher than expected, or it hadn't really changed. It was kind of just trading sideways. If you can say it was, that doesn't trade, but it was just kind of moving sideways. It wasn't really accelerating again, where inflation in 2022 was 5%, 6%, 7, 8, 9%, where inflation was actually accelerating. But if you get a 4th consecutive higher than expected inflation number, what is that going to do to the market's belief about those multiple rate cuts, which is the entire reason why the markets went higher last week? See, I think that the inflation numbers that we're going to get Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday's PPI, Wednesday is CPI. The other thing you have to watch for is Tuesday, Jerome Powell also speaks. So you're going to get a PPI number Tuesday morning at 8:30, and then Jerome Powell speaks, I believe, don't quote me on the time, I got to check the time, I think 10 or 10:30 in the morning, Jerome Powell speaks on that Tuesday. So you're going to get a PPI inflation read that's going to come out, and then Jerome Powell is going to come out and he's going to speak after that. Not because it's a Fed meeting or anything like that, but there's a speaking engagement that's planned for Jerome Powell on that Tuesday. And I'm sure he's going to mention, or he's going to be asked about, or he's going to talk about the inflation read on the PPI level that you're going to get Tuesday morning. His comments following that PPI number, in my opinion, are going to drastically move this market. Because if the whole reason the markets went higher last week, right? If the whole reason markets went higher last week is expecting multiple rate cuts again this year, I think a higher than expected inflation number for now, what would be the fourth consecutive month in a row, I think that unravels all of that expectation. And I think the markets go right back to where they came from prior to that report. And I think you would pull it back right back down into around 510 is what I'm thinking about. I'll pull up my charts. I'll just take you guys over. I'll show you guys real quick, just a couple of levels here that I'm talking about. Here was the labor report on Friday. There's the labor report on Friday. There it is, right? There's that labor report that came out. And then you got the follow through for the week. But then that took you right into these all-time high resistance levels. And I'm saying if. I don't know what these inflation numbers are going to come in at. I'm not on this live stream to try to predict for you what the inflation numbers are going to be. I don't know what they're going to be. I wish I did. I would know exactly what the markets would do if that were the case. And if I can predict the future and I could predict all these data points, I'd be the world's first trillionaire at this point. But nobody could actually predict the future. I'm not here to tell you, hey, I think the CPI number is going to be exactly 3.7. I don't know. And then month over month is going to be 0.3. And then the year over year number is going to be 3.4. And then the core number is going to be 3.6. And the month over month core is going to be 0.2. I have no idea what those numbers are going to come in at. There's 4 data points you're going to get. Year over year headline, month over month headline, year over year core, month over month core. I don't know what those numbers are going to be. But I will tell you if they come in higher than expected or if there's an acceleration from the previous month, I think this market unravels right back to where it came from prior to that report coming out on that Friday. Because the whole reason why the markets moved up last week was the expectation of rate cuts. It was yields coming down. It was equities getting bidded higher. A higher than expected inflation report, I think, undoes that. I think it undoes that. And I think you're going to start to pull back into this level right here. Okay. Would pull it back into this level right here. And then that sets you up for a potential double top in the markets, right? That would set you up for a double top at the all-time high, with that being your first high. And then that would be then your second high, and that would be the double top. And then you would look for the trade back down into those lower support levels and kind of erasing last week's rally. So I think a hot CPI, PPI number, PPI comes out Tuesday, CPI comes out on Wednesday. So this is one of those rare occurrences. It was one of those rare months where you're going to get the PPI number before the CPI number. Usually you get the CPI number first and then the PPI number after it. But this month you're getting the PPI number on Tuesday and then you're getting the CPI number on Wednesday. Okay. So that could have potentially set you up for a double top and then drag you down into this pullback right back into, I'd say, this 50-day moving average, and just basically take back last week's gains, right? Take back last week's gains, go back and fill this gap. Okay. So my target, if you get a hotter than expected PPI and CPI number, my target for the market would be back down another test of this dark blue line. This dark blue line, that's your 50-day moving average, and pull it back down into that 50-day moving average and then sit back down and close this gap. So here was the gap up from Friday into Monday, right? There's the gap up following the labor report. You gapped up on Monday. So fill that gap. That takes you back to 512, 511 and a half, all right? 512 and a half is your 50-day moving average. 511 and a half is the complete gap fill. And that gives you a target, call it right in the middle of that target of right around 512. All right. And that's exactly price action that I will be looking for if the inflation numbers are higher than expected. Okay. If the inflation numbers are higher than expected. Now, if the inflation numbers are lower than expected, right? What happens then? What happens if your inflation number is actually lower than expected? I think this market gets really excited. I think the markets get pretty excited if the numbers come in lower than expected, because then it would really solidify the market's belief of multiple rate cuts. And That's what the market wants. Okay. The market wants multiple rate cuts with the labor market still holding together. Now, there's a big difference. Okay. Listen very carefully. There's a very big difference in the Fed cutting rates for the reason why they're cutting rates. Now, if you were to see a situation or an example where the Fed is cutting rates without inflation really moving to the downside over the next, call it, over the next 4 months, right? Because in 4 months, that's the September meeting. And the September meeting is what's priced in as the first rate cut. Right now, the market believes the first rate cut's coming in September. Okay. So let's say if inflation doesn't really come down over the next 4 months and you get the rate cut in September, I don't think that's actually going to be a bullish event. The reason why that's not going to be a bullish event for me is because that would signal that the Fed is cutting rates for the bearish reason, not for the bullish reason. The Fed cutting rates for the bullish reason would be inflation has moved considerably lower and the Fed feels that they have completely destroyed inflation and they feel comfortable with the trend, the direction that inflation is heading, that they feel comfortable cutting rates because they feel like inflation is moving in the right direction. Or not necessarily just moving in the right direction, but has almost reached their target. That's bullish. But if the Fed cuts rates in September and you really haven't made a lot of progress with inflation, but rather over the course of the next 4 months, you gradually start to see the unemployment number continue to rise, or you gradually start to see the jobless claims numbers rise, that would be a bearish reason why the Fed would be cutting. Because if they cut in September without inflation moving to the downside considerably, then that means they're cutting because the economy is weakening, not because inflation is weakening. Cutting because inflation is weakening is bullish. Cutting because the economy is weakening is bearish. So you've seen a lot of people that have talked a lot about, like a lot of perma bears. There's a lot of people on social media that have been perma bears during this entire process. You have people on social media that literally for the last 3 years have been screaming at the top of their lungs that the stock market's going to crash 80%. The end of days is upon us. And never mind a recession, there's going to be a depression and we're all screwed, right? There's been people on social media. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of those people. I'm sure you've seen their tweets. I'm sure you've seen their YouTube videos. You guys know the people that I'm talking about. Those people could not have been any more further from correct. They've been wrong about everything that they've ever said. They were wrong about the Lehman Brothers moment when Credit Suisse was in trouble. They were wrong about a banking collapse when the Silicon Valley issue happened. They were wrong about the war that was going, the World War III that was going to break out. They were wrong about everything that they've said so far. And in the meantime, the market has continued to rally to new highs. Technology stocks have rallied to new all-time highs. Some of these semiconductor and technology stocks have gone up 50, 60, 80, 100, 200, 300, 400% over the last couple of years. And all those people missed out during those rallies. What you have to be a little conscious of is, are those people coming out and telling you that the Fed cutting rates is not a bullish thing? You might have seen this. You guys may have seen charts about this. You might have seen graphs on social media where they show you moments throughout history where the Fed cuts rates and the market actually goes down, right? That's what they show you. They show you, oh, look, the Fed cut rates and then the markets went down for the next year, right? Some of you may have seen those charts and some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you, maybe you're hearing this for the first time, but it's important that we discuss this. The Fed cutting rates, that action is not just automatically a bullish or automatically a bearish act or event or catalyst. The reason why the Fed cuts matters. If the Fed cuts rates because they have to, because the economy is falling into a recession, then obviously that's not a bullish trigger. That's not a bullish catalyst. So you can go back to 2008. 2008, the market started going down. The Fed cut rates. They cut rates all the way to zero. Guess what? The market still went lower, and it went much lower because we fell into a massive recession. And all these other times throughout history, when these people show you these graphs, they're showing you recessions, and they're showing you the Fed cutting rates into the recession to try to help the economy come out of the recession, which is why the market went down after the Fed cut rates, because the economy was going into, or if not, was already in recession. Now, as it stands today, right now, we are not in a recession. Whether you believe is going to happen, or whether you think a recession is coming, or whether you think it's a soft landing, regardless of what you think is going to happen in the next 9, 12, 18, 24 months, there is not a recession here right now. We're actually not even close to one. Okay. When you look at unemployment, when you look at GDP, when you look at these, we're not close to a recession. That's just the facts. You just look at the numbers, and then you're going to see, but the numbers are fake. The numbers, whatever. These are the numbers. These numbers that we got. This is what we have to deal with. Put your tinfoil hats away. We got to deal with the numbers that are presented in front of us. We do not in a recession right now. Okay. If the Fed were to cut rates with a stable labor market and inflation coming down, that is literally the definition of a soft landing. So that is how the economy would experience a soft landing. That then therefore would be a bullish catalyst. However, if inflation is not close to their target and the labor market has completely broken, unemployment is really spiking, layoffs are accelerating, and then the Fed cuts rates, then that is a bearish catalyst. That is not a reason to just dump your money into the stock market just because you had, the Fed goes and cuts rates. It's going to be a period of intense volatility for us as traders, which is what we absolutely love. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I really don't care whether there's a recession, there's not a recession, there's a soft landing, the market goes up, the market goes down. I do not care. I don't care. I don't need the market to go up in order for me to make money. I don't need it to go down in order for me to make money. It can go sideways. I don't care what the market does. As long as the market is open, I have a job. As long as the market is open, members of True Trading Group have ways that they can generate income. So I'm not even close to retirement age. I'm young. I very selfishly want the markets to go down because I want to buy as much stuff in my long-term portfolio as I possibly can. We loaded the boat in 2022, but I still want more. We're up 1,500% on our NVIDIA buy from 2020. We're up hundreds of percent on Meta, Microsoft, AMD is up triple digits for us, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto. These stocks are all up triple digits, if not, 50, 60, 80%. I would love to buy more of them because I believe very strongly in the next technological advancement and evolution of AI and what AI is going to do for the NASDAQ and what AI is going to do for the technology sector and what it's going to do for earnings growth and what it's going to do for productivity and profit margins for companies and earnings growth. And I want to be invested there. And I will be, and I am currently. But I don't want people to I do a lot of one-on-ones with members. Okay. So as a member of True Trading Group, our lifetime members, they get one-on-one mentor access with our professional traders. And, I do them every day. Our mods do them every day. We set aside, we block out like an hour of our time on our calendar and we go through, we talk to our members individually and we go through and we discuss whatever it is they want to go over. But a lot of times what I've been getting lately from people over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months is people asking like, hey, I read this, I read that. What if this? What if that? What if? Should I sell and I'll buy back later? And I'm like, I got to be honest with you guys. Me personally, now listen, I'm not a financial advisor, right? I can't tell you what to do with your money. Go seek a professional, retirement professional, go seek a licensed financial professional's guidance and help. But what I'll do is I'll tell you what I'm doing with my own money and you take that information, you do with it whatever you want. For me, I'm not even thinking about selling anything. I'm not. I did my selling in 2021. I'm not in selling mode. I'm in buying mode. I'm not in buying mode right now. I'm not like buying right now at 520 on the S&P, but any pullback that we actually get in the market, I will be, and I mean like a meaningful pullback, I'm going to be a buyer. 2021 was the first time in my entire investing career that I cut my long-term portfolio position down by more than half. That's the first time I've ever done that in my entire life. That's how high conviction I had that there was going to be a market pullback in 2022. There was going to be a crash in 2022. It was the highest conviction trade I've ever made in my entire life. And we killed it in 2022. We killed it on the way down trading, and then we killed it with the long-term portfolio, selling in the market, selling September and October of 21, and then buying back in May and June of 2022. It was an unbelievable, long-term portfolio move and trading moves by us and the members of True Trading Group. Truly some life-changing stuff for a lot of people that were able to capitalize on that. But that was the only time I've done that. And I think that the biggest mistake that a retail investor could make is to try to actually time the market, perfectly. I think that's the biggest mistake that they can make. I do. Because let's go through the possible scenarios. What if you were to say, I think there's going to be a recession. I'm going to sell all my stuff right now, right? What happens if there's not a recession, though? What happens if the Fed actually does pull off a soft landing? When do you put that money back into the market? When? When do you? Very, very difficult question to answer. Because you will miss the market. You'll miss the market move if there actually is the soft landing. You see, we stepped in when the SPY was 360 and 380 in 2022, and we loaded the boat. So for me, I'm not looking to sell. I'm looking to, hey, okay, if the market drops, so the market crashes to 400 from 520, right? I'm buying it. I'm not thinking about selling the market here, and then God forbid actually is a soft landing, and then the markets continue to move higher to all-time highs. I don't have this high conviction claim that there's going to be a recession like there was going to be a pullback in 2022 like I thought. I don't have that type of high conviction right now. I think it's entirely possible that the Fed could pull off that soft landing. It's not like a recession is guaranteed. Is a recession possible? Sure, it's possible. But that's going to be, for me, it's just going to be a buying opportunity. And for anybody that's on this live stream that did not buy in 2022, if you weren't part of True Trading Group at that time, or you weren't following this YouTube channel at that time, whatever it is, you didn't know any better, whatever it is, if you missed it in general, that'll be your chance. That'll be your chance. Plain and simple, that'll be your chance to put money to work. Because I'll tell you this, you look down the road, you look 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, you look at me with a straight face and you tell me that the stock market, the NASDAQ and tech stocks, because of AI and the advancements in AI, you tell me with a straight face, those stocks are not all higher than they are today. Tell me with a straight face. You can't. You can't. You really can't. Because we'll be higher. Which is why I don't think it's a great idea for people to start thinking about, should I sell now? I think what you should be doing is building a shopping list. That's what you should be doing. You should be building a shopping list and say to yourself, well, if you actually do get this pullback, right? If you actually do get a pullback, take advantage and start to buy the stocks that you are envious that you missed right now. Right? So that's what I'm doing. Right? Now, yeah, I trimmed my NVIDIA position. You guys, I did that very publicly, 944. I trimmed my NVIDIA position. I did it very publicly. I told everybody that I was doing it. I sold 15% of my NVIDIA position, but it's simply because it was up 1,500%, which is just insane, ridiculous. I felt like a pig. I had to do something, right? I had to do something. But, I'm looking for buying opportunities on all the stocks that I love. So I'm hoping the markets pull back. It'll be a lot of volatility and be a lot of trading opportunities for us to the downside if we do get that pullback, and then it'll give us some entry opportunities. And I know there's a lot of people that are probably on this live stream, maybe even that missed out on NVIDIA, missed out on AMD, missed out on Meta, missed out on Microsoft, missed out on all these companies. And I just think that would be your opportunity to grab some of them. Okay. So shout out to all my THD members, because I'm really proud of my THD members that, you know, a lot of people that are on this live stream also, a lot of people did very, very, very well, and they took advantage of it. You know, they took advantage of it, and they've done very well. And, you know, it kind of takes me to what's new here within True Trading Group. And I'm proud of what we created at True Trading Group. I'm proud of what members have been able to accomplish with True Trading Group. And I'm humbled and grateful that TTG has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people for them to make money. You know, I really am. I'm very proud of that. And last week on this YouTube channel, somebody actually asked me about our new AI tool that we have with True Trading Group. Okay. Somebody asked me about our new AI tool and what makes it different. And I honestly, I wasn't prepared to show you guys all of that. Oh, here you go. Here's another person. Why is TT different? I've seen 100 programs that are like this. Okay. So, and here, you know, somebody else has asked. Somebody last week actually asked me though about specifically our AI tool. And now we have somebody that which is, you know, I've seen 100 programs like this. And, you know, it's a fair question, Trent. Right? It is. It's a fair question. You've probably seen, like you said, hundreds of different programs, groups, and chat rooms or whatever. You have people that are out there that you know, claim to be a educational site, claim to have resources that can empower retail traders, whatever it is. Lewis says, I've been in 5 programs before True Trading Group. None is like TTG. Best thing that I've bought, says Smooth Brain. So you've seen some of those members of True Trading Group are already coming through and are already commenting. But I get this a lot, right? I get this a lot. And you have every right to say that and every right to ask that question, because to some extent you're right. Honestly, like, let's be honest. There are 100 programs out there that sell courses. They have a chat room and they promise you the world, and they deliver a very subpar education. They give you a crappy Discord chat room and virtually no real coaching or no real one-on-one mentoring. This is all that anyone knows. So they begin to expect much less, right? They begin to expect much less. Like, don't sell me the courses, just give me the trade alerts, right? These are the things that people start to say. The people that think that way aren't stupid, or they're not bad. They're not lazy. They're just jaded. They're jaded. They've had bad experiences. They don't trust the fact that someone would invest the time and energy back into them after they paid their company, and as a result, their success is not consistent, if at all, and or they lose a lot of money trying to make it work, and they're only to blow up their accounts. They get burnt out, and then they eventually quit because they actually get no help. True Trading Group is different. Not because I say that True Trading Group is different, but very simply, we've based our company's entire success on the success of our members. You see, most of our members are actually making money and they're becoming better traders. Watch, I'll show you. I'll show you right now, Trent. Members of TTG, do me a favor. Just type the number 1 in chat right now if you guys are making money and if you're becoming better traders because of True Trading Group. Just go ahead and type the number 1 inside chat right now. If you're a member and you're making money, you're becoming a better trader with TTG. Just go ahead and type the number 1. Anyone out here that's not a member, pay attention to how many people you're going to see type the number 1 on this side of the screen. Because the people you see typing the number 1 are your friends, your family members, your coworkers. If they can do it, so can you. Now, here's some other really interesting facts about True Trading Group. Since inception, okay, going all the way back to 2017, our refund rate is 2.83%. Our retention rate is 72%. Our course completion rate is 75%. And it's estimated that 20% just 20% of our members are still struggling and or losing money. And out of that 20% that are struggling and losing money, 90% of them feel supported and encouraged to continue with True Trading Group. Now, if you're smart, your next question should be, what's the biggest reason for those 20% of people that struggle with True Trading Group? Two things. One, trader identity. Two, risk management. Trader identity is very hard for some people. You want to day trade, you want to scalp, but you work a very busy, demanding 9-to-5 job, or you don't have the ability or the patience in order to do so. But you're determined and you force it and you just continue to fail. You see somebody on YouTube that made $12,000 in 1 hour trading a specific way, and you are a police officer or a school teacher or a construction worker, and you try to mimic and emulate what that person did, and it's physically not possible for you to do what that person did because you simply are not in front of your computer screen all day, every day, staring at charts, pushing keys all day long. You have other responsibilities, but yet you continue to try to do it because you saw somebody else make money that way and you think you can do it. And then that is how you continuously fail. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It will not fit no matter how hard you try. You then build a narrative for yourself that until you have more time, trading is not for you. That's what happens. You say, oh, I can't do the trade. I don't have enough time. I tried. I don't have enough time to do what that person did. So therefore, trading is not for me. And that's a narrative, the false narrative that you put inside your head. I understand how it got there, but that doesn't make it right. It's wrong. Day trading and scalping is not all there is, not by a long shot. In fact, most people that find great success with swing trading strategies, buying and holding for a couple of days, weeks, or months at a time, setting your trades in advance. Therefore, your schedule becomes a non-issue. Most failures come from trying to fit, like I said, a square peg into a round hole. That's where most of the failures come from. Trade when and what you can, not when and what you want. We swing trade in True Trading Group. We day trade in True Trading Group. We do options. We do stocks. We do futures. There is something for everybody inside TTG. There's a reason why there's 8 professional traders with you. We all have different trading styles. You don't have to be sitting in front of your computer screen pushing keys 100 times throughout the day. You can literally get a notification on your phone that one of our swing traders entered a position. You can log into your phone over the next few minutes or however long it takes you to check your phone. Log in, place an order, set a stop loss, and put your phone down. The next day, you get another notification. It's 10:30 in the morning. You get an alert on your phone. Oh, we just took profit. Cool. You log in, take profit, put your phone down. Right? This is what 82% of our members do, because 82% of our members have full-time jobs. They work over 40 hours a week. There's a lot of ways to make money in the stock market, regardless of how much time you have, regardless of how much money you have to start with. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, but I can also lose a lot of money in the stock market. Well, while that is true, this is where risk management comes in. Let me let you guys in on a little secret. But before I do, I need you all to promise me that you won't repeat it. Don't repeat this secret. I'm serious. I know my members won't, but I'm not sure about non-members. I don't know if I can trust you yet. I may even debate this later, to be honest. But before I tell you, I want to see how many non-members are on this stream. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, you guys do me a favor real quick and just type the letters TTG. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. All right, go ahead and type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. All right, let me go through. Let's read some of them. You got a lot of people that are coming through here now. We got Delphine, Sean, MCM, Dennis, America, D Trader, Junction, Dougie, Holloway, Macy, Ray, 0+9, Adrian. Excellent. So we've got a lot of new faces here. Jasenia. Beautiful. Oscar. Excellent. All right. So a lot of you that are typing TGJ. Okay. Here's the secret. You will lose money in the stock market. Everybody will. There's your secret. Losing's part of the game, though, guys. It's part of it. This is the only industry wherein you can control to the penny how much money that you're going to lose, though. You might be wondering, what the hell am I talking about? In no other business, not real estate, not franchising, not startups, not nothing, nowhere, no industry wherein you have complete and total control to the penny how much money that you are going to lose, but yet your potential is not capped. You see, when you enter a trade, you can set yourself something that's called a stop loss. So you will know exactly to the dollar how much money you're going to lose if this trade doesn't go the right way, doesn't do what you thought it was going to do. You can't say that when you're flipping a piece of real estate. You can't say that when you're opening up a franchise or starting a business. You actually have no idea how much money that you're going to lose. See, in trading, you have complete control over, if I enter here and I set a stop loss here, this is how much money I'm going to lose. However, your potential earnings is unlimited. You want to make 50 grand a year, 100, 250, 500, a million. You absolutely could. Not to say that it's an easy task, but nothing that's worth doing ever is. But there's no limit to your potential earnings. Take my sister, for example. My sister's a high school English teacher. Do you think my sister's ever going to make 250 grand a year? Do you think my sister's ever going to make $500,000 a year? She could be the greatest English teacher in the country. Every student in her class could literally graduate with a 100 A+ average grade. Her class could just completely ace all of the standard testing. They can ace all of the SET scores. She can have the highest scoring class in the whole country. Guess what? She's never going to make 320 grand a year, ever. Why? Because she's an English teacher and her earning potential is capped. No matter how good of an English teacher she is. The English teacher right across the hall could suck. She'll make the exact same amount of money as my sister will. How's that fair? It's not. See, trading is the only profession that I know of that you can control to the exact dollar what you're going to lose. But you have complete upside, uncapped upside potential on what you guys can earn. A lot of members in True Trading Group, they do this with full-time jobs. I said to you before, 82% of our members have full-time jobs. I'll prove that to you. Members of TGG, do me a favor. If you're making money while working a full-time job, do me a favor. Just type the number 1 and comment. Tell me what you guys do for a living. Type the number 1. Tell me what you do for a living. If you guys are making money while working a full-time job. Type the number 1. Tell me what you do for a living. Just go ahead. If you're on this live and you're not a member and you're wondering, are you able to do this? You're busy. You don't have enough time. Pay attention to some of the comments you're going to see come through on the side of the screen. See if you see someone that does the same thing for a living as you do. Because like I said to you, 82% of our members have full-time jobs. They work over 40 hours a week. So if they can do this, then so can you. Here, Seabreeze is a nurse, IT manager, barber, service rep, truck driver, physical therapist, sales, drywaller, boilermaker, restaurant service, registered nurse. So you guys can go ahead and read some of these comments, see if maybe you see someone that does the same thing for a living as you do. There you go. Another here, two truck drivers. You realize truck drivers spend about 14 hours a day on the road driving, right? So if they can do it, then what the hell is your excuse? The only way you should say that you can't do this is if you're a freaking astronaut and you're just out there in outer space. I'm not sure how your internet connection is going to be up there. I don't know if E-Trade will work. But other than that, what is your excuse? You see some of these comments that are coming through. Dawn, I was a teacher. I'm now a full-time trader. Yes. And a teacher of futures within True Trading Group. Hell yeah, Dawn. Hell yes. Hell yes. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, those of you that are not members, right? I went off on a little bit of a tangent there because I started talking to you guys about a comment that someone had said to me last week about the new AI tool that we have at True Trading. See, TTG, we have dove headfirst, full steam ahead into AI. And we have reinvested a ridiculous amount of money, time, effort, energy, resources into building out our AI technology within our platform that I think is going to just revolutionize everything that is retail trading. And I want to go through it. And also that gentleman Trent asked before, what makes True Trading Group different? I want to actually show you what makes True Trading Group different. That's actually what I want to do. I want to show you guys what makes True Trading Group different. So hold on 1 second. And I'm going to show you guys something absolutely incredible. What I want to do here right now, guys, is I want to actually demo for you. Okay, I want to demo for you our AI tool. Yes, look, Mari Chase. Look, people are already commenting. Members are already commenting, talking right now about our AI tool. So I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys this real quick. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn off my charts. I'm going to share my other screen with you guys so you guys can see this. You guys are going to love this. All right, folks. What I want to introduce you to TTG's custom GPT large language model, Mari. Okay, I want to introduce you guys to Mari. This is TTG's AI. I want to demo this for you guys real quick. Okay, I want to demo for this real quick. Okay, so this is what it's doing, right? This is what this is going to be doing. Okay. When someone requests, right? When someone requests, let me see here. When someone requests number of days analysis and a ticker, right? So someone can actually request through our large language model, I want you to analyze this specific ticker for this many days. I want you to give me your technical analysis and your fundamental analysis of it. Okay. So that's what I'm about to show you guys. This is just one of the many functions that this thing actually has. So let's do 30-day analysis SPY, right? Let's do 30-day analysis SPY. And now all the data is real time. Okay. All data is real time, direct right from the exchanges. All right, so this is one of the things that makes our model different from others that are out there. You might see other models out there that, can do all these different things or whatever. None of them, okay, none of them are able to pull for you real-time data. So what this is going to be doing is when someone requests, a number of days analysis stock ticker, it follows these steps, okay? So before running these actions, make sure that we are prepared with the number of days, the ticker, right? So the example will be 30 days analysis SPY. Okay. So it's going to retrieve aggregate bars for the ticker for that time period. It's going to retrieve the news for that time period. It's going to retrieve the exponential moving average, the simple moving averages, the MACD indicator, and the RSI. It's going to retrieve all of that data and calculate it and analyze it for you in real time. Yes, this will work also in real time intraday. All the data is real time, live, and streaming. The analysis requirements, okay, it creates a comprehensive analysis that includes but is not limited to the following: this news sentiment, news releases and news sentiment, technical analysis inferences based on the collected data that it draws from the MACD, the exponential moving averages, the RSI, the simple moving averages. It explains the potential future price movements indicated by this analysis. It includes relevant dates and provided detailed examples based on all of that data. It does all of this in less than like 3 minutes. Okay. So after it completes that detailed analysis, it also provides a, too long didn't read section that kind of highlights the real key points from the analysis. So this summary should encapsulate the main findings in a concise manner for everybody, focusing on the most significant data points and insights. It also gives you predictive analysis, right? So it concludes with the predictive analysis section where our AI assistant will consider all of the data, all the insights gathered from the detailed analysis, and it will provide a prediction of immediate future movement of the ticker. Now, it's presented in a table format, assigning a percentage to each possible outcome, right? So one outcome, an increase in price per share, 70% probability. A decrease in price per share, a 20% probability. Remaining stable and trading sideways, a 10% probability. So that section is going to integrate all the analyzed data, and it's going to formulate a well-rounded prediction, which helps users quickly understand the most probable movements for that particular stock. It does all of this in less than a few minutes. Okay, let's give you an example. Let's do 30-day analysis, SPY. Enter. Now, what Mari is doing right now is it is going through, okay, and it is gathering all of that data that I had just said to you. It's gathering all, there it is. That's it. Boom, there's all your data, okay? So now it's grabbing all of your aggregate bar data for the last 30 days on the SPY, okay? And within the last 30 days on the SPY, now it's going to come through. It's going to show you what all the news sentiment is, okay? So it's going to go through all the different news articles that are out there that have been published, news that have come out on an individual stock, news that has come out on different news outlets and different financial media places, and give you positive news sentiment, negative news sentiment. Then it breaks down technical analysis references. Okay. It breaks down for you the exponential moving averages, the simple moving averages, the MACD, the RSI. It then summarizes that technical analysis for you. And then here is your too long, didn't read, gives you the quick snapshot, quick highlights. And then it breaks down for you the predictive analysis. Okay. The predictive analysis right there will show you a 60% likelihood of a continued increase in price per share because of positive exponential moving averages. MACD trend suggests upward movement supported by a stable simple moving average with a balanced RSI, a 25% likelihood for a decrease in share price, and a 15% likelihood to remain stable, consolidate, and trade sideways. So you saw within just actually a couple of seconds, it's able to break down for you and give you all this data. Now, you can take this even one step further. It can identify for you support and resistance levels. It can identify for you chart patterns. And yes, of course, you can pull up in a chart of the SPY. You can actually pull up a chart. You want to see what a chart looks like? You see stock chart, SPY, right? Here, stock chart, SPY. All right, you enter that. If you want to take a look and see what the chart actually looks like, you can go ahead and type in stock chart SPY, and all of a sudden, boom. You get a stock chart that's going to pop up of the SPY in real time, tick for tick data. So tomorrow when the markets are open and you guys are sitting here and you're looking at the SPY, obviously right now the SPY itself is not trading. Futures are open, but the SPY itself is not trading right now. And this is a real time tick for tick. This is all this is all functionable. You can draw on it. You can change the time frame, the candlesticks. You can draw, put different indicators on here, and it will give you tick for tick real time data right here inside of the large language model, inside of Mari. Okay. So if you want to identify, hey, tell me support and resistance levels based on this time frame, it'll identify them for you. Hey, talk about candlestick patterns, hammers, bullish haramis, bearish engulfing, hangmans, gravestone doji, dragonfly doji, and I can identify for you where these candlestick patterns are. Right? It can do all of these things for you. And you can ask questions about it live. So whatever data, whatever information it feeds back to you, you can ask it questions live. And you can have a full conversation with it. You can actually use voice to text too. You can just talk to it like you would talk to a normal person. You don't have to sit here and actually type. You can literally just talk to it, and it can give you all these things. Let's do another one. Let's talk about maybe analyst ratings, right? Maybe you want to know the analyst ratings for Tesla, right? Maybe you want to know analyst ratings for Tesla. All right, cool. So let's say, give me the analyst ratings for Tesla. All right, give me the analyst ratings for Tesla. I'm just giving you guys a quick little run through, a quick little demo to show you how our large language model works. Analyst rating for Tesla. The current technical analysis and analyst ratings for Tesla on the NASDAQ are as follows. Okay. Oh, this is a technical analysis, right? So you guys can go moving averages, oscillators, right? All right, let's do another one. Technical analysis, Apple. All right, so here you guys go. So based on it, and it breaks it down for you. So the moving averages, it breaks down the moving averages for you, breaks down oscillators for you, and then gives you a summary. Okay, so based on moving averages, the indicator from the moving averages is indicating a strong buy, but oscillators are indicating just a regular sell. The summary is an overall recommendation of buy. Moving averages overwhelmingly support a strong buy indication of Apple, suggesting positive trend. The oscillators present a mixed view with some selling pressure indicated by momentum and CCI, but overall neutral signals from others like RSI and stochastics. All right. All right, let me go back. Let me run that for you guys again, because I see some people asking questions about the Tesla. So I'll run that again for you guys for Tesla. So we go through, because I asked, that was the analysis. Let me give you guys the analyst ratings, and we'll do one more. We'll do one more after this. So here's your analyst ratings on Tesla. Citigroup, neutral. Guggenheim, sell. UBS, neutral. RBC, outperform. Right? So here it's going through and showing you all of your analyst ratings there on Tesla. All right, let's do another one. Let's say maybe you're interested in wanting to know the difference between, like, let's say you're trying to decide between, hey, what's the bullish argument for a stock or what's the bearish argument for a stock, and see what those arguments are, because there's always going to be an argument for both, for either side, right? That's what makes a market. There's buyers and there's sellers. So what's the argument? Well, let's do, give me a bullish and bearish report on NVIDIA. Let's try that, right? Give me a bearish and bullish report on NVIDIA. That's it. Just go ahead. Give me a bearish and bullish report on NVIDIA. Let's see what it pumps out. So here, bullish and bearish for NVIDIA. Let's see. Based on technical analysis, what are the bullish indicators? Well, the bullish indicators are showing our moving averages. Most of the moving averages are signaling a buy. Okay. The MACD is also above the signal line. That indicates bullish momentum. Volume weighted moving average also signals a buy. Right? Now, what are the bearish indicators? So out of the indicators, these are the ones that are showing bullish signs. Bearish, what's the argument there? Your whole moving average indicates signals a sell, indicating potential short-term downward pressure, while momentum also currently indicates sell. Overall, the technical analysis summary from rates NVIDIA as a buy with a strong recommendation reflecting more bullish than the bearish signals. Recent news and market sentiment. Here's all your different recent news articles and topics. Your AI expansion, their financial results, their AI supercomputing, right? Market sentiment analysis, and then gives you a summary. Okay. These are just some of the capable. I mean, I can sit here literally for 10 hours and I can walk you through this. Okay. We also have hotkeys. Okay. We also have hotkeys, right? So you can define your own prompts. As an example, like we created a prompt called Miss Cleo, right? So you could create your own prompt. So you don't have to like type, like ask, you can do like a quick little 1 or 2 words and it'll prompt an entire command. So we created one called Miss Cleo, right? So we created one called Miss Cleo. So what happens with Miss Cleo, when a user enters the phrase Miss Cleo, you will complete the following tasks, okay? Your goal is to identify the likelihood of what is called a bullish crossover. So that happens within a user selected group of stocks. So for this goal, a bullish crossover will be defined when the trade line crosses over the 48-day exponential moving average. So it's just showing you a 13-day EMA crossing over a 48-day EMA that prompts a momentum move. This is a predictive prompt, okay? It is a predictive prompt. You'll prompt it for the time frame and everything else, and you have to use 3 different ticker symbols. Okay, so the way that this will work, let me see, is I will say use, here, hold on one second. Use 5 days of aggregate bar data. Let me type this in correctly. 5 days. AMD, NVIDIA, and Apple. And you guys can see now it's running through all of the data for AMD, NVIDIA, and for Apple for those 5 trading days. And here's the analysis of bullish crossover likelihood. Okay, so here you go. AMD has a 1% likelihood, right? AMD has a 1% likelihood of a bullish crossover versus NVIDIA and Apple showing you bullish trend with the 13-day EMA and the 48-day EMA, right? Now, the time frames will affect the results. Now, I just randomly chose 5 days, but it'll analyze whatever amount of days that you're going to put in. So like if you were to change the time frame to 20 days, right, the results are going to change because it'll only factor in like in a vacuum of those 5 days of data, right? It's not if you wanted to factor in 30 days of data or 40 days of data or 20 days of data, you would just put the number of days that you wanted to analyze and the ticker symbols, and it will give you the percentage likely. This is a predictive prompt, okay? This is a predictive prompt. This is just one of the hotkeys that we've created for ourselves. We call it Miss Cleo. You type it in, and it's the percentage likelihood of a bullish crossover. And yes, we have option chain data as well. Okay, yes, we have option chain data as well. This is merely just scratching the surface. Okay, yes, we have options chain data as well. And guys, I'm just going through and I'm showing you very basic stuff. Okay, I'm going through and showing you just kind of some of the capabilities that our AI model has. Somebody asked me about this last week, and I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to show you guys some of this. So here is the options chain data for the SPY if you guys wanted to see what the options chain data was. So again, all of this information, right? All of this information, real-time data pulled for you guys and real-time analysis with Mari, our large language model, right? You can click on prompts right here. So we have prompts for you, right? So here are prompts for you, like prompts that were already created, TTG prompts, right? So these are some of the things that it can show you, right? So like requesting aggregate bars, you can just click on it. Okay, and this is a prompt. That'll show you guys what you can do with aggregate bars data, and it shows you everything you can do with it. These are prompts that are already created for you guys, and you can create your own. Okay. So just an example. Mari can also write ThinkScript for TOS indicators and such. Yep, that is correct. Guys, Mari can not only can Mari create ThinkScripts for you, Mari could backtest for you. Mari could set alerts for you. Mari can trade for you. Mari could trade for you. Literally. And so much more. I'm literally scratching the surface right now of showing you guys what this is actually capable of doing. And yes, we have futures data. Yes, we have futures data. There's your futures data. Real time. Okay. There's your futures data. Okay. So there you guys have it, right? There you guys have it. So, I wanted to come on here and I want to give you guys kind of a quick rundown. I wanted to give you a quick little demo. Okay. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Talk to me. Talk to me. Can Mari analyze macroeconomics? Absolutely. It can do fundamental analysis. It can analyze, all your economic data. Of course, it can do all of that. I'm telling you, I could literally be on this live stream for 10 hours showing you guys this stuff. But what do you think? Smooth Brain says, I actually changed how I enter a trade now because of Mari. It's absolutely amazing. Right? So these are just some of the capabilities, right? I'm telling you, it can do so much more. It can trade for you. You understand that? It could actually place trades for you. It could send you text messages when if a stock reaches a certain price. It can actually send you can literally tell Mari to monitor Tesla for the next 30 days and to send you a text message when it gets below this price. And you'll just be sitting there at work one day and just bang, get a text message from Mari like, hey, Tesla's at this price. You want me to place the order for you? And you go, yeah, actually execute that limit buy order for me. Boom. Thank you. There's nothing like this on the market. It has voice commands. You don't have to text to it. Maybe you're busy and you're at work, or maybe you're driving in the car. Maybe you're a truck driver and you're on your 11th hour of a cross-country trip and you just talk to your phone and Mari can do it for you. This is the future of True Trading Group. This is the future of retail trading in general. And we are at the forefront of it all. 2 years and a lot of money. Some of the smartest people in the industry are behind this. We have been developing this for 2 years. We have partnerships with TradingView. We have partnerships with Benzinga. We have partnerships with Quote Media. We have partnerships with the NASDAQ, the CBOE. We have existing partnerships with these companies, which is what has allowed us to build out this product. There is nothing else like it on the market. It is a complete game changer. It's going to change the way that retail trading happens. It's going to make what you thought was impossible possible. You thought you didn't have time to do this. Now you do. Mari works with Interactive Brokers also. Yep. Mari works with other brokerage firms. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a game changer, guys. Okay? It's a game changer. So listen, here's the deal, right? Now that I just kind of showed you that, here's the deal. As you guys know, right? Or maybe as you know now, we have made some significant upgrades to the True Trading Group platform, including Mari. Retail traders of all skill levels now have access to some of today's best trading and investing tools, including the TC membership with no additional cost. Okay. Our new annual membership program is going to cost $1,500 a year. That's $125 a month. That's $4.11 per day. Okay. Now, for comparison, according to Perplexity, which use sources such as CNBC, Statista, the average middle-class American spends roughly $150 a month on coffee shops like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. $150 a month. That comes out to $1,800 a year. Now, I know we all love a good cup of coffee, but when is the last time that cup of coffee or Danish or whatever gave you guys a real chance at making money? It hasn't, nor will it. The money that most people spend on items like coffee is roughly 22% more annually than what we're offering to people, and you have a real chance to make money from what we offer instead of literally just discarding that $1,800 a month, whether, you, not to be crude here, but you pee or shit it out. I mean, let's be honest. 1 year access to True Trading Group includes, okay, the daily real-time stock alerts, right? Stocks, options, futures, all styles of trading. Okay. So you're going to get all of our real-time trade alerts from all the moderators. And remember, you're going to want those because the moderators and I collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now going on roughly the last 4 years. So you're going to get those real-time push notifications sent straight to your cell phone when our mods enter and exit positions. You're going to get all the long-term portfolio additions and ideas. You're going to get all the swing trade alerts as well. You're going to get our entire 22-course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received working at the fund in New York. You got Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, Trading Views premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner, our trading chat room, the mobile app that allows you to be connected even if you're not in front of your computer, 2 small private study group sessions, AI-powered trading and investment assistant, which is what some of the stuff I just showed you guys, 1,000+ hours of our on-demand video library, and our premium blog and our trading forums. Okay. All of that is what you guys are going to be getting with your yearly membership. But listen, this is what I'm going to do here on this live stream for the next 20 people. For the next 20 people that decide I want to join True Trading Group, I want to be part of this, I'm actually going to offer you guys a 50% discount. So that $1,500 is now $750. But only for the next 20 people or midnight tonight, whichever happens first. Okay. And yes, you are locking in your renewal rate at $750, not $1,500. All right. Now that's important because when it comes time for your renewal, right, which over 70%, 72% of our people, renew their membership and stay with us, and we've retained them with True Trading Group, you're not going to pay the $1,500 when it comes time to renew. You'll only pay the $750. You're grandfathering yourself into that price. Now, in addition to credit card, debit card, and PayPal for payment methods, you guys can also use Klarna for interest-free payments, Afterpay for interest-free payments, or PayPal credit. No interest if paid in full within 6 months. You can pay off the membership over 6 months through PayPal credit. So we do accept all those different payment methods. On the checkout page, if you're going to use Klarna, do not worry about the country. If it says USA, if you're not in the US, as long as you enter your address correctly in the fields above. So yes, that works for people in the US, Canada, UK, and Europe. All right. If you are a previous member or a previous trial member and you guys want to come back home, okay, or if you need help checking out or if you have additional questions at all, we are fully transparent. We are an open book. Just send a text message to 1-888-306-8783 with your name, email address, and the word join. And a member of our team will get back to you and respond ASAP. Go to ttgoffer.com. There is no coupon code needed. Okay, just go to ttgoffer.com. You will see a spot for one. You do not need to enter anything. The price is already adjusted from $1,500 down to $750 for the next 20 people or at midnight tonight, whichever one of those two things happens first. Again, that's ttgoffer.com, 50% off for the next 20 people or midnight tonight, whichever happens first. And we do offer a double your money back guarantee. So for those of you that did not know, when you join True Trading Group, we offer you a double your money back guarantee. Okay. Double your money back guarantee. Okay. Is as follows. We believe so strongly in the product that we've created that I have no problem offering you double your money back if you fail. So how do we determine if you failed? When you join True Trading Group, we ask you to do the following. Go through our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group. Now, if you do those things and you are still unable to make enough winning trades to equal the $750 membership fee at least one time during the membership, we'll give you back $1,500. We'll give you back double what it is that you're paying to become part of our community. Now, again, I can offer you that because our refund rate at True Trading Group since inception is around 2.8%, and our retention rate amongst members is 72%. That's members that have renewed their annual membership or have upgraded to become lifetime members of the community. Bottom line is, folks, I can offer you double your money back because members are making money. If you missed it before, I'll say it again. Members, type the number 1 in chat right now. If you guys are making money, you're becoming better traders because of TTG. Go ahead and type the number 1 inside of chat right now. Now you'll see again all the members of TTG that are typing number 1 because they're making money. That's the bottom line. So if you guys want, go to ttgoffer.com. Remember, no coupon code needed. You got the W money back guarantee that I don't think that you need, quite frankly, if I'm being honest, but it's there for peace of mind and there to hold us accountable. That's ttgoffer.com. If you guys have any questions, text us 1-888-306-8783. That's 1-888-306-8783. Text us with any questions that you guys have. All right. Again, that's available for the next 20 people or midnight tonight, whichever one of those happens first. All right. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take things now back on over to the charts. And we'll go into some of my trade ideas for the week. Now, remember, this is going to be a huge week because of all your inflation data. Now, I really do believe that as the inflation read goes, so will the markets. So I don't think the markets are going to be able to just trade on their own and just completely ignore what happens with the inflation data. So the ideas I'm going to give you, I got a couple shorts, a couple longs, and we will see what we actually want to do here once the CPI and PPI numbers come out this week. Remember, PPI is Tuesday, CPI is Wednesday. After that, then we can really look for the clear direction once we know what that data is going to be. Again, to recap, a hotter than expected inflation number, I think, evaporates last week's gains. I think you go right back into close Friday's gap to Monday, and that takes you back to like 512 on the SPY if you get a hot CPI number. A lighter than expected number, I think, actually moves the markets and starts to push and knock on that all-time high of 525. We have to welcome James. James just joined, which means there's only 19 spots left. Okay, so there's 19 spots left for that 50% discount with $750 for the whole year. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. And if you guys have any questions, 1-888-306-8783. Text us with any questions that you guys do have. All right, let's go through some of these ideas. We'll start with the long ideas first. So if inflation comes in lighter than expected, some of the ideas that we're going to want to look at. If the inflation comes in light, one of them is actually going to be Apple. And it's funny because when we just went through the prompt with Mari was talking about bullish signals and bullish reads coming through for Apple. We have to welcome Jimmy, not the same guy as James. Okay, so James joined. Now we got Jimmy, not the same guy. So Jimmy, welcome to the TTG family. 18 spots left. 18 spots now remain. Guys, welcome Jimmy to the TTG fam. 18 spots remain for that 50% discount. All right. Price is $1,500 for the year, but if you're one of the next make it 17. If you're one of the next 17 people, we have to welcome Karina. If you're one of the next 17 people, then you guys only have to pay $750. All right. After 17 people join, like I said, guys, that price is $1,500. So you got Karina, 17 spots now remain. Everybody welcome Karina to the TTG fam. Any questions, text us. Don't hesitate. 1-888-306-8783. All right, guys, let's go back to the charts. Apple. So here's what I'm looking at with Apple. If Apple gets pulled down, let's say Monday into Tuesday, right? If Apple gets pulled down Monday down into this like 180 level, 181, I think it's a buy. So you got this nice little level here, right? Look at this. See this previous support level? Then you broke underneath it. It became resistance. Now you have all these moving averages, which was actually something that Mari, our AI assistant, that Mari identified. And when you take a look at this, you guys can see three of your major moving averages. Look at that, three moving averages. The yellow line is a 200-day. The pink line is the 100-day. And the light blue teal line is the trade line, 9 exponential moving average. We have to welcome Rebecca, 16 spots left. Guys, welcome Rebecca. 16 spots now remain. Everybody welcome Rebecca. 16 spots left for that 750 price point, the 50% discount. Remember, just go to ttgoffer.com. So these major moving averages right there, I think that's going to be enough support for Apple to where if Apple were to do something like this, drop down into that, I think you bounce off of it. And then I think you can actually probably try to catch a decent little long trade on Apple. It looks something like this here this week. Again, this is if that CPI number comes in lighter than expected. You could see something that looks like this on Apple. All right, so drop down into the 100 and 200-day moving average. Trade line catches up, bang, pushes that thing back up to the upside. Look for Apple back up in the mid to high 180s towards the end of the week if the inflation numbers come in lighter than expected. I'm also looking at this Carvana. I talked about this Carvana last week, and I'm still looking at it. You know, I'm just looking at this support down here around this 112, and very similar to Apple. Something that looks like this where you might tail down into here and then close back above, and you put in a candle formation that looks something like this. Again, similar to Apple. I just think that you can have a decent little pop on Carvana if you tail into this level. Now, I'm drawing these candles for you very specifically because I want you to see the price action I'm looking for. So if I see this price action, then I'm going to look for that possible long. So these are not two setups where I'm saying, hey, these are longs for me Monday morning. They're not. I'm telling you, these are trade ideas for the week. If I get this specific price action I'm drawing for you on the charts, then these are going to be buy signals for me, and we're going to look for the upward move into the back half of the week. Another one that I don't even think necessarily that this stock I'm going to share with you needs a lighter than expected CPI number, but it's going to be Walmart. Walmart has done an absolutely phenomenal job of holding the all-time high breakout. Now, this stock has consolidated for months after reaching a new all-time high. We have to welcome May. May, welcome to the TGD family. May, welcome. 15 spots now remain. Everybody welcome May. 15 spots now remain. Guys, welcome May. And what I want to show you guys here is this little double bottom that we put in at 58.50. And then we have this resistance right around 61, right? So here's resistance at 61, here's resistance at 61, and here's resistance at 61. But we're coming off of a double bottom, right? We're coming off of a double bottom. And if you can get Walmart to break through 61, I think you go straight into the all-time high, which is 61.60. Right now, Walmart's a slow-moving stock, right? Slow-moving stock, but if you're an options trader, these options are very cheap. It doesn't take much to get a 50, 70, 80, 100% gain on the stock on the options because the options are so cheap. You can get an option contract for 50 cents, and for it to go from 50 cents to 80 cents or 50 cents to $1, actually not going to require too much of a move there on Walmart. And I want you guys to keep an eye on that one going into this week to see if you get above 61. It should have a nice little extension move to that all-time high on Walmart. And then I'm also going to look at URA. URA, uranium. We've been long uranium since January of 23. We still are. And the URA ETF is still not really broken out of this multi-year high. Still have not broken out of this multi-year high. And you have this resistance up here at 32.50. Okay, we have this resistance up here at 32.50. So what I just want to look for here is I just think that this little consolidation here, I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, and I think you can see something that looks like this on the uranium ETF. Okay, I think you can see something like this on the uranium ETF. Okay, so that's another one that we're going to look for there. But again, I really want to see. I want to see a green day for this stock tomorrow. Like, I don't want to see something like this. If again, these are trade ideas for the week. All right. If I see something like this tomorrow, I'm not going to feel as good about it. I really want to see a nice recovery. I want to see a nice little candle, something that looks like this, and really show me a really, really, really nice confirmed consolidation on the name. Okay. All right, let's talk about a couple of short ideas. We have Roku. Roku, huge resistance level at 62 that just kept rejecting over the course of a month and a half. You broke it, and now your last line of support for Roku is 56. And if the 56 breaks, I think this thing drifts back down to 52. The stock has been very weak for the last several months. It's had a horrific 2024. You found resistance at the 50-day moving average over the last couple of weeks. Nice big red day on Friday. Let's look for another continuation drop into 56 and then a pause. It probably tries to bounce off of 56. But I'm telling you, I want you to set price alerts. I want you to keep an eye on 56 because if 56 goes, you should drop to 52. And that could be a pretty easy 4-point move on Roku. It could be a pretty easy 4-point move on Roku. All right. And last but not least, Nike. Nike's big support level down here at 89. Strong downtrend resistance line over the last several months. Right. You can see this nice downtrend resistance line over the last several months. Kind of a breakdown day there on Friday. And we're just going to look to see if we can get some further downside on Nike that takes you down to this level. So these are going to be if inflation is higher than expected, right? We're going to look for Roku short. And if inflation is higher than expected, we're going to look for Nike short. The Nike target is 89. The Roku target is 52. All right. But again, that's if the inflation numbers come in higher than expected. All right. All right, guys. That takes me to the giveaway. That takes me to the giveaway. All right. The second code word for the giveaway. The second code word for the giveaway is CPI. CPI. Hey, Manuel Sanchez says, I joined 2 weeks ago and I'm learning a lot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. David McCartney says, Mike, how about your biotech ETF? Actually, it's funny you just asked about the biotech ETF. So if inflation comes in hotter than expected, I would expect the biotech ETFs to sell off. And I think those are buying opportunities. Okay. I think those are buying up. That's a buying up. So watch for a hot inflation number. If you get a hot inflation number, biotech should go down because interest rates should go up. Okay. And hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I would expect biotech to go down because the likelihood of interest rate cuts would go down. Yields would move higher. That's bad for biotech. So biotech should go down if that's the case. And then I think that would be a pretty decent buying opportunity. All right, guys. So the giveaway, first code word is PPI. Second code word is CPI. You're going to need to know both code words if your name is called. If your name is called, you'll have 2 minutes to send a text message to the phone number that we put on the screen. The phone number is 786-292-1606. Phone number is right down there, 786-292-1606. That is the phone number you must text. You must give me both code words within the 2-minute time frame. If you're an annual member at True Trading Group and you win the prize, you'll receive a full year of STR. That's in value of around $800 a year. If you are a lifetime member of True Trading Group, you guys are going to get a bonus one-on-one mentor session with any mod of your choice. That will allow you to actually skip the line. Doesn't matter if that mod has a 2-month waiting list. You'll skip the line. You'll do that one-on-one with that person next week. And you will be able to, that doesn't count against your one-on-ones. It's a bonus one-on-one. I know lifetime members get 4 a year. You guys will be able to do that. You'll be able to do that in addition to your 4. All right, so Joe, let's bring up those names. Let's spin that wheel. Guys, remember, you have 2 minutes if your name is called. Go ahead, Joe, spin that wheel. Ryan Stover. Ryan Stover, congrats. Clock starts now. Ryan, you have 2 minutes, brother. You have 2 minutes to send a text message to 786-292-1606. That's 786-292-1606. Ryan Stover. Ryan Stover, you have 2 minutes to send a text message. Well, now you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to 786-292-1606. And if you can give us both code words within the next 1 minute and 30 seconds, the prize is yours. Got 1 minute and 15 seconds left for Ryan Stover. Ryan Stover. What do you think today, Joe? You think we're going to get some people to text us today? Keep trying to do these giveaways and people don't text us within the time frame allotted. 1 minute. 1 minute left, Ryan. 1 minute, Ryan. STR for free if you're an annual member. Or a bonus skip the line one-on-one if you are a lifetime member. $30 seconds, Ryan. 30 seconds, and then we go ahead and spin that wheel. We need both code words from you, Ryan. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. All right, that's it. 2 minutes is up. Sorry, Ryan. Joe, go ahead and spin that wheel. And the winner is black screen. And the winner is Philip Maxey. Philip Maxey. Congrats, Philip. The clock starts now. Philip, you have 2 minutes to send a text message to 786-292-1606. That's 786-292-1606. Philip Maxey, 786-292-1606. You got to give me both code words. And the prize is yours. Come on, Philip. You can do it. 30 seconds in, Philip. You got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. 90 seconds, Philip. You can do it. Don't make me continue to talk to myself. Ryan already let us down. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Philip Maxey. Come on, Philip. All right, Philip, you got 1 minute left. 786-292-1606. If you're an annual member, you got STR for free. It's a value of around $800. If you're a lifetime member, you get a skip the line bonus one-on-one mentor session with any of the pro traders at TTG that you choose. You have 45 seconds. You've got 35 seconds. Grit Nation says, I've been texting. Grit Nation says they are Ryan Stover, Joseph. They say they've been texting. Ryan, what? All right, so what number were you texting from, Ryan? because it's not the same phone number. From 310. Don't put it on YouTube. Don't put your number on YouTube. But just, yeah, Ryan, so you might be texting from a different number than we have on file for you. That's probably why. If you're texting from a different number that you signed up with, because you got to realize when we call out a winner, we get a bunch of people text us to try to pretend like they're the person. But that's why. Okay, so that's why. So that's why we weren't, because the phone number we have for you, we were getting a text from a different number, so we ignore it. A lot of people call, like a lot of people just try to, they don't follow directions. So, all right, so Grit Nation, Ryan, just text 786-292-1606, just 786. All right, so he's texting from a 786, Joe. All right, so I'll let Joe. Joe can handle Ryan. We did not. Philip did not text us, so sorry, Philip. Ryan is texting us, so Ryan, you can just talk with Joe. Philip is a no-go. We're done with Philip. But Ryan, you should be good to go. Ryan, just text Joe. Joe will get back to you. Congratulations, Ryan. All right, so Ryan did claim that prize. Congratulations, Ryan. That's why we weren't responding to you. It was a different phone number that we had on file. So, but cool. Awesome. Ryan, congrats. Congrats, my man. Congrats. Beautiful. I love it. Congrats, man. Congrats. All right, folks. That's it. That's it. That's all she did. That's all she wrote. All right. Again, guys, that's ttgoffer.com. Go claim that 50% discount before midnight tonight, and then it is no more. All right, thanks for tuning in today, folks. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to text 1-888-306-8783.